Why are the divorce rates so high amongst truck drivers? That you'll have to stay tuned for our next debate.
Look at me, I'm not answering that one. We can line up 4 women around this table, let them talk about it.
All right, how do I build financial wealth as a truck driver? So that's a pretty good question, and thank you for asking whoever asked that. So financial wealth as a truck driver, I guess there's 2 ways of doing it. Number one, if you're a company driver, you kind of want to upgrade yourself to becoming an owner-operator because you'd make a lot more money. But once you're an owner-operator, you're making, I know the guys in the US are making a lot more than the guys here in Canada. Here in Canada, I think that, a good take home for an owner-operator before he pays off the truck would be anywhere between $10,000 to $12,000 a month is a good healthy pay for an owner-operator. And from there, he needs to pay off his truck, but that's after fuel, after all the expenses. In the US, I know it's anywhere between probably $15,000 to $18,000 is what you guys clear out net at the end of the month. How do I build financial wealth? So you really need to take a portion of that and do something with it. So either you're saving for an asset, you're saving for, and not a depreciating asset, an actual asset like a condominium. A car is not considered an asset. A condominium is considered an asset. A home is considered an asset. And I'm very for this. I definitely believe in stocks. And I've talked about this in one video of mine where I do believe in, investing in companies that we see year over year, like we see trucking stocks like J.B. Hunt, like Daimler, Packard, Tesla, Old Dominion Freight. I mean, these stocks, if you look at what has happened to them in the last 2 or 3 years, they've definitely grown. I would say at least they've doubled up in the last 3 years. So definitely safe stocks to go with. Tesla, I love Nikola. I think it's going to do great. So I would definitely take a portion of my pay and put it towards an asset. That's how you build financial wealth, whether you're in trucking, whether you're in any industry. That's how I would build financial wealth as a truck driver. Year over year, put $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 aside into this asset. Brian?
I'm just but a humble truck driver, and I don't know if any of you have seen the stock price of Nikola right now. I'd love to be able to buy it.
$10.
$10?
Nikola, I think you're talking about Tesla.
I'm talking about, okay, maybe I'm
Tesla,
talking about Tesla.
$764
yesterday. $764 for one share. Anybody want to go quarters on that with me? I'm good. But as a truck driver to build financial wealth, well, I'm certainly not rich. I'm not poor either, though. I've been able, as the years have gone on, to do certain things. And one of them is, as Ronen touched on briefly, is property. It is an asset. The value is always going up. So I've done, I'm not going to say I myself, because my wife and I work as a team, and this is a team effort, but we've always believed in taking your property, upgrading the property, and making it as valuable as possible. It's always going to go, it's an appreciating asset. Don't blow your money on cars and motorcycles and stuff like that I really like, but property. Ronen also mentioned stocks. Through the years, we've tootled around in stocks, and then more recently, we've been paying a little more attention to certain stocks and this and that. And again, these are appreciating assets. They're going up. Stick with the tech sector. Technology is not going anywhere. It's only getting bigger. And the bigger it gets, the more money you're going to make on it. So that's an area that, as a truck driver, you don't have to be thinking always as a truck driver. You don't always have to be thinking about, I love this business and I'm always thinking about trucking, but you know what? I also have to think about other things. And in order to set myself up for the future, yeah, I do have to think about that. And part of financial wealth would be taking a certain percentage. And what we did is we took a certain percentage of what my income is, or our household income is, and we take that percentage, and that percentage gets put into investment. And we're noticing as the years go on, that small percentage here is growing exponentially. And that is my financial, I won't say financial wealth, but that's that's the kind of game plan and I play with my balls. Game plan, that's the game plan we've got, and that's kind of where we've gone, and it seems to be working. I don't have big money to be dropping in huge stock. I wish I did. So I'm still a small little fish in this game. I'm buying, relatively cheaper stocks, but they are growing. And down the road is where I'm going to get paid off on these. Not right now. So for financial wealth, learn the business. Yes. Learn the money part of this business. Yes. Learn as much as you can about the trucking business. Yes. But don't just stick to that. You are going to need outside influence to get you through if you really want financial wealth. That's kind of the way I look at that.
My goal is to make money. Should I consider living in the truck? Brian, what do you think?
Hell no. No. If you can't make enough money working, going out for 2 weeks and then going home, or going out weekly and going home, if you can't make enough money that way, you're doing something wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. I hear it. There's 100 guys out there going, whoa. There are guys that live in their truck. And they do this for a particular reason. All they're doing is bankrolling. It's called bankrolling, and they're speed rolling their money. And these are guys that they've set a goal. They're going to live in their truck for 1 year, bank every penny, live on a very tight budget, and come out with as much money as they can. And if you play it right, you can pretty much almost buy your own truck outright by the end of the year. If you're doing something like that, knock yourself out, go for it. But if all you're doing is to cut your expenses into, I would say no. You cannot cram enough creature comforts into a truck to make it livable on a 24-hour, 7-day a week. Yeah, you're going to probably take a hotel room here and there, and that would be a novel idea because it would certainly fit in your budget. But would I live in my truck? No. I do, generally speaking, I do 2 weeks. Occasionally I'll do 3, but I've been upwards of 4 to 5. After about the 5th week, I want to go home. Not just because I have a wife and a family at home to go home to, but I want it out of the truck. And when if I'm out for 5 weeks, I park the truck and I don't look at it. I don't give a crap if it's sitting in my driveway on fire. I don't care. I'm not looking at it. I've had enough. So do I want to live in a truck? I would not live in a truck. Do I recommend it? No, I don't recommend it.
So I guess it depends on your own personal situation. If you are single and all you want to do is make money, or if you're in debt and you want to pay off your expenses faster. I mean, rent today, if you're in the GTA, you're looking at least, I don't know, $1,300 to $1,800 for a 1-bedroom. I think even a basement would cost you probably about $1,300, $1,400 here in the GTA. Across Canada, I think, what would be the average prices of rental apartments?
Hell, I don't know.
You're looking at least $1,000, $1,200 for rent. Would I take that money and save it by living in the truck? Probably not. I would maybe get a small room for myself and try to save as much money as I can. But if you're organized and you can pace yourself in a way to save money by living in the truck, I would do it in a healthy way where I would get out of the truck every 2nd week or 3rd week, get myself a motel for 2-3 nights, and just get that healthy balance between truck and out of the truck. Can you save money? Yes, absolutely. You can save money. Would you save it on the rent? Yes. If you're living in the GTA, that's 1,500 times 12 at least, you're looking at $18,000. Can you get to your financial goals faster by living in the truck? Yes, you can. Do I see a lot of drivers living in trucks? I do, and we have a handful of guys here. Are they doing a good job and saving money? I don't know. I guess it's an individual thing. So, and last question. When do you know it's time to upgrade your truck? Is it a certain age, amount of miles? What would you say to that, Brian?
When it's on the side of the road on fire, you need a new truck. That's one of those questions. That's one of those answers that if you're a fleet owner and you've got trucks, then you're rolling them every 3 years. Just on a financial, it makes sense. You buy the truck or you lease your truck, you run it 3 years, you get your money out of it, you roll it, you send it out, you sell it, whatever. As an owner-operator, I don't have that option to buy a new truck every 3 years and roll it and everything like that. I think as we've discussed, the lifespan of these trucks now is 4 to 5 years. After 5 years, these trucks are boat anchors. That's all they're good for. So if you can get that truck to run you up to 5 years, or save the 4th to 5th year. If you can make the 4th year, you can probably start thinking about selling your truck and getting yourself, because then you'll still have some resale value in the truck you've got. And you can sell it from between the 4th and the 5th year and get yourself into another truck and carry on down the road. Unless you've got a lemon, you've got a truck that was built on a Friday or a Monday, then you know what? Obviously, you want to try to get out of it. Keep it going. Don't, like Ronen says, don't park the truck. I made that mistake one time. Parked the truck. It sat for 4 months before I could sell it, and I paid a bit of a price for it. Keep that truck working and keep it running, but get rid of it. If it's not costing you nickels and dimes and it's starting to cost you dollars and toonies, time to get out. Time to get out. There's no time frame. I got a guy right now that I'm working with. He's got a 2014 T660, and it's the healthiest truck in the world. He's making money on it. He's got no payment. He's doing really well. Hey, run the thing till the wheels fall off. You know, why not? But most of us aren't in that position. So I would say run it until you start having serious mechanical issues with it. Don't wait until you've had 3 or 4 and it's cost you 20 or 30,000 bucks. When you start having the first, good sized mechanical issue, it's time to start thinking about getting rid of your truck.
So we, as a fleet owner, I guess there's a sweet spot that we like to get rid of our equipment. It's probably around the 550,000 miles, 600,000 miles. When we're right approaching that, between 800 to 900,000 kilometers is when we would trade it in, or we would upgrade the truck. As an owner operator or as an individual driver, I think a lot plays with your luck. We can get 15 trucks here the exact same year. Literally, the VIN numbers are identical with 1 digit apart, so they were on the factory line together. Of the 15, you'll have 13 really successful units, and then you have these 2 that are just freaking nonstop. They're in the shop. So a lot depends on your luck. Sometimes you get lucky and you'll get a truck that doesn't cause you any problems, and I definitely recommend do not get rid of that truck. Run it just like Brian said till the wheels fall off. Keep going with it. And if you are starting to get into problems one after another, that's a sign that truck is not going to get better. You need to upgrade your truck. Another thing that I would be cautious about is fuel consumption. So we do a lot of, today the national average is about 340, 345, 350. When we were here 6 months ago, I think the national average was like 290, 295. If the fuel cost goes up to $4 or $4.10 per gallon, the difference between running a truck at 8.5 miles per gallon and 6.5 miles per gallon is going to be about $3,000, $3,500 difference. It plays a huge role in how much you're taking home as an owner operator. So if you see that fuel consumption dropping, then you need to question why is it dropping. But if your truck is steady, at the 6, 5.5, 6, anything under, I would say 6.5, 6.7, I would think twice about upgrading my truck, because the newer trucks are getting between 8 to 9 miles per gallon, and we're doing it all day long, whether it's the Volvo, whether it's the Packard engine, and whether it's the Freightliner Cascadia. All 3 of them are getting between 8 to 9 miles per gallon. The newer model units, so 2020, 2021s, and then we'll be testing out the 2023s are coming in February. So we'll test it out there. So that's my take.
So he just tells me that we've got 21% of you that are subscribed. That means 79% of you are taking a free ride. Come on, that little red button, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, hit the notification so the next time one of my videos comes up, you'll be alerted and you'll know it's there. Talk to you later.
Keep the wheels something. What's the line you use? Wheels rolling.
Keep the wheels on the ground. Keep the rubber down. We'll see you down the road. Keep the wheels on the ground. We'll see you down the road. Keep the wheels on the ground. Keep the roof under the bridges. Don't take nothing home to mama the ditches.